introduce Laurie from the United States, who takes LDN. Thank you for joining me, Laurie.
Thank you. It's good to meet you.
Could you tell us, you were telling me before we started this that you'd had Raynaud's syndrome, or is it Raynaud's disease, for 30 years before LDN. Could you tell us about that, please?
Yes. I was diagnosed with Raynaud's as about 12 years of age. And at around 22, I was diagnosed with mixed connective tissue disease, which progressed and have both types of arthritis, symptoms of lupus and scleroderma, low body temperature problems. All of this went on and on. For 30 years, I continued following the best doctors that I could find, doing what they told me to do, but I continually deteriorated.
Mm-hmm. What would you say your quality of life was like before you found LDN on a score of 1 to 10, 10 being the best?
I felt that I was just useless. I felt as if my quality of life was like 1. It was very hard to even cope. My husband was dressing me, undressing me. I could hardly walk. I could hardly carry anything. I had to depend on someone else to do stuff for me.
Mm-hmm. So could you explain to us what an average day for you would have been like at that time?
Well, I didn't have a lot of energy, which is part of the symptoms of the disease. It lacked, and muscles, I was losing my muscle strength. So it was hard for me to get dressed. My husband dressed me, undressed me. Sometimes walking was a problem, so I would crawl places to get from room to room, or I would have to hold on to furniture. I'm a pianist by profession. I could hardly move my hands. They were becoming more arthritic. And I had a hard time with the business that I own, operating my business without assistance. I could not lift my grandchildren up because I didn't have the strength to do that. I was in a lot of pain. Just to get up from a sitting position, I had to hold on to things. Could not do it without assistance. It was miserable. It really wasn't life. I felt like I was watching other people live, and I wanted that so bad, but I felt like that there was no hope.
Mm-hmm. What drugs were you taking at that time?
I have been on prednisone for since I was about 22, although sometimes it was a low dose, sometimes at higher doses. It fluctuated with flare-ups and things. I was on NSAIDs. I'm trying to think of what all I was on. I was taking other drugs to combat the side effects from the steroids, and then I have esophageal problems and things like that. So I was taking drugs to combat all that. The drugs would change because I would build up an immunity to them, and then I'd have to get on something stronger. But I never felt like I was getting better. It was just masking the pain.
Okay, so how did you hear about LDN?
I happened to own a bed and breakfast, and we had a guest who came in, and I was talking to her about, she obviously saw how my body was, and she was telling me that she had MS and that she had been on low-dose Naltrexone. And when she first started telling me about it, I thought, this sounds too good to be true. She's trying to just sell me something or whatever. And so I kind of put it aside for a little while. But then after I got to know her better and I could really see that what a wonderful life she was living, that I knew there had to be something more to it. And so I got more information, did more research on the LDN, and was pleasantly surprised to find out that as opposed to many of the drugs that I'd been on for during my life, that it did not have the side effects of organ damage or anything like that, which really excited me, because I was always the one who would get the side effects. I was always at 1 in a million, I'm going to get that. And wasn't pleasant.
And how long have you been taking LDN now?
I started in 2013. And I also had other things going with the LDN. My doctor wanted me to try, because I had such tremendous inflammation in my body, my doctor asked that I also try the autoimmune diet, and the low-dose naltrexone, and some supplements to build up my strength and to be able to wean myself off of some of the medications that I had been on for so long. And quite successul, that I'm finally at a very, very low maintenance dose of prednisone of only 5 milligrams a day. And I take supplements. I don't no longer have to have the autoimmune diet all the time, but I am more careful with my diet. But the inflammation has gone down tremendously. I feel wonderful. It has made a world of difference. But if someone would dare take my LDN away, I don't know what I would feel like. I don't know, and it would scare me.
So could you explain what a typical day is like for you now?
I'm full of life. I'm full of life. I can get out of bed without having to stretch for a half hour to be able to move my legs and have my husband pull my arms. I dress myself. I get up. I make breakfast for all of my B&B guests without any assistance. I can run with my grandchildren. I can shop all day long. I can meet with friends. I can do things that chores, normal chores. I was not able to even open a jar, and still, I'm going to be honest with you, I still have trouble with that. Mm-hmm. It's not like everything's perfect. Not everything's perfect, but my life has become so much better. I'm able to manage things better. I know even still, my husband may still have to assist me with if I have an overload of cleaning to do that's going to require a lot of stairs or a lot of movements. He's right there to assist me, but it's nothing like what it was like back in 2013. I can walk on my own. I can get up and down easily without any assistance. I can run, and I just feel like a new person. I feel like that I've gotten my life back. I feel like for me, it's miraculous.
And what would you say your quality of life is like now on that score of 1 to 10?
Definitely a 10, but I have to pinch myself every day to see if it's real. It's just too good to be true. It's just, and even my friends who saw me 2 years ago and who see me now cannot get over the difference. It's like I'm a new person. And it even also helps, if I may add this, some of the disease that I'm on sometimes causes depression and things like that, where I feel like this weight, this cloud has been lifted from me. I feel like it has also helped me in that respect, that it's easier for me to deal with things than it was before I was on the low-dose naltrexone.
Well, what an amazing, remarkable, inspirational story. Thank you very much for sharing it with us.
Thank you.